GTA 6 fans believe that now it can finally begin. We'll be talking about what that is and more all in this video today. And the reason fans are so optimistic is because today Rockstar Games put out something that many saw as kind of like a barrier or a hurdle before more GTA 6 could be discussed. And that is Red Dead Redemption finally arriving on PC. That's right, today on Tuesday, October 29th, Red Dead Redemption and its DLC Undead Nightmare, after nearly 14 and a half years, are finally available to play on PC, which I know makes many people happy. And today is also the 22nd anniversary of Grand Theft Auto Vice City being released. So 22 years ago, we jumped into Vice City for the first time, and hopefully next year, which we'll be talking about in a little bit, we'll be coming back to Vice City in modern times. And many people had today circled on the calendar as, okay, this is a great date in which Rockstar could talk about some GTA 6 news, given it is the anniversary of Vice City. But honestly, there's too much going on, and naturally, Rockstar really doesn't pay attention to anniversaries, as we kind of saw last week with GTA San Andreas and its 20th anniversary. They didn't even acknowledge it. In fact, it's also the 15th year anniversary of GTA The Ballad of Gay Tony being released on the Xbox 360. This is the last time that Rockstar did like a timed exclusive. It was available for 6 months on the Xbox 360 before it was available on the PlayStation 3. So long story short, I know we're kind of jumping around from different games there, but Rockstar doesn't really pay attention to anniversaries all that much. But what is important is now that Red Dead Redemption is out the door, does Rockstar have the opportunity to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 exclusively? Now, with the two of those things happening, Red Dead Redemption coming out on PC, the anniversary of Vice City, and also what we're expecting over the next couple of weeks, the Take-Two Interactive earnings call, the anniversary of Rockstar announcing they were going to put out the trailer, and of course the trailer itself, this generated a lot of discussion, specifically on the GTA forum site, where we heard from moderators and admins about sort of their insights on the situation and also what to expect. And so let's go in chronological order when all this was posted, really over the last 24 hours or so. First, hearing from Jason, if we get a trailer this year, I'd say the next time we hear from them would probably be spring too. Don't know about May, but certainly around there. That will probably be the time we get the first round of previews, most likely hands-off ones. So him saying that if Rockstar does give us a trailer this calendar year in 2024, there would likely be some sort of communication gap between then and the next time we hear from Rockstar. Spider-Vice, a moderator on the site, chiming in saying, I still theorize we're getting some sort of other info drop other than a trailer before another trailer. So if there's news around the November investors call, it could be that. They'll have Red Dead Redemption PC out of the way starting tomorrow, which is today, and not sure when they plan to do the now leaked GTA 5 Gen 9 version port, so ... And in case you guys don't know what he's talking about regarding that last one, the Rockstar Games launcher had an update a couple of weeks ago, and they had a little bit of an oopsie, and they leaked that GTA 5 was going to be getting on PC all the upgrades that it got for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S. But again, Spider-Vice there does highlight the November investor call as a likely date in which we could get some information from Rockstar. We heard again from Jason responding to someone saying not looking good for any time before the call in that case. And Jason said the announcement for trailer 1 came the day of the call with the trailer later. Not sure why it can't happen again this time around. Not that I'm saying it will, mind you. And again, I really do think something like that will ultimately happen where we hear from Rockstar right around that call. Timing-wise, it'll work out great with Red Dead Redemption out of the way. They'll obviously get the chance to talk about that. And if they piggyback some GTA 6 news on there, that would be even better. Jason also responding to someone else that said, I just hope that the period where they share things more steadily starts as soon as possible. This whole year of drought was wild and, to be honest, unexpected for me. With him going on to say usually 6 to 8 months before launch, little while before that, I'd imagine. So Rockstar will really start ramping that sort of stuff up as we get really within the same calendar year as GTA 6 comes out. There will be less frequent info gaps, and Rockstar pretty much every single week, if not every single month, will have something to share with us. Jason again responding to someone that said, let's be honest, if the trailer's not coming by December, the game is coming in 2026. With him saying, I don't know about that. I think we're seeing a bit more of a pushback to really kickstarting the marketing push for a game 6 to 8 months before release again. Been a fair few games that were revealed proper and released in that time frame recently anywho. Rockstar's marketing isn't that unorthodox, I'd say. It's just that there are long gaps between the first 2 or 3 trailers because for one reason or another, they announce games early. And that certainly could be the case as well, that they felt like they announced Grand Theft Auto 6 early, although it doesn't feel like it for us fans because we felt like we were waiting forever. And so because of that, they have no problem with this almost year-long gap that they've gone not saying anything, especially if they don't feel like they're ready. But once they do feel like they're ready, again, within that sort of like 6 to 8 to 10 month period, they really do start to ramp things up. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, today is the anniversary of Vice City, and TezFunds2 ended up responding to someone that said, the only reason I'd even be slightly hopeful for tomorrow, which again is today, is the fact it'll be Vice City's anniversary. Still, I just feel like Red Dead Redemption PC is going to drop, and that'll be it. And TezFunds2 said it won't be the first time nor the last time for them to skip Vice City's anniversary, and the investors' call is next week. Again, highlighting that investors' call. I feel like that takes precedent over any anniversary. And again, as I mentioned earlier, Rockstar doesn't really seem to care for them that much in general anyways. So the fact that they're skipping this is really no big deal. But still, it's interesting that these two dates are coinciding. Again, more follow-up from Jason responding to someone that said, I get that Rockstar is not predictable whatsoever, but I don't see them releasing a second and third trailer in the first half of next year. Plus all the artworks and gameplay videos, it seems way too rushed as a marketing strategy. And he said if the game is out at its usual time, which is around October or November, I'd say they'd have enough time to evenly space it out myself. Which prompted a response from that same user, I don't think they have that much time. We're not just talking about trailers. They have a specific time window for early previews, hands-on previews, and gameplay trailers as well to respect. I get that the game could be released as far as early December 2025, but I don't think this silence is a good thing in perspective. With him saying, if I remember correctly, trailers and previews usually coincide. Might be remembering wrong, but I think that's the case. We're probably realistically talking about 4 or so big key marketing dates. 10 months to hit those isn't that crazy or unusual for a AAA games marketing. Not saying this is gospel or anything, but yeah. So he's trying to talk a couple of people off the ledge there, and Rockstar is kind of known for, once they start their marketing phase, really ramping things up. I mean, for all we know, Rockstar could have some sort of massive marketing blowout every month starting in January or February and still release the game in fall 2025. I mean, imagine if every single month starting at the beginning of the year, Rockstar Games did something massive. They'd have plenty of time to get everything out the door. And on the subject of that, I think this is the same user, by the way, ended up saying a massive blowout coming from a company that is known to release stuff with a dropper. Come on, guys, these next 2 months are crucial to understand if the game is actually coming next year or if it gets delayed. Let's not kid ourselves. With Spider-Vice saying they're not necessarily crucial for anything at all. LOL. Nobody's saying the game can't get delayed, but this isn't necessarily the reason. They also released a trailer in December, subverting everyone's expectations for the usual October. As someone else said, if we get to like March with no news, then yeah, a bit suspect. But if they only released news in January and kept a steady drip from there, it could still be perfectly fine. And I kind of agree with Spider-Vice there. If we, for whatever reason, and that sounds absolutely terrible, kind of get to that late winter, early spring, and we still haven't heard from Rockstar, that's bad news. And that's when we can probably say, you know what, there's no way this game comes out in 2025. But until then, we really don't have to panic because not only could Rockstar be capable of it, but it's something that they've kind of done in the past where they just give us a ton of information over the last couple of months. And they seem to all just be responding to the same guy who said not talking about it for a whole year is wrong. We haven't gotten screenshots and we haven't heard of it for 11 months. That's something completely unprecedented, even by Rockstar standards. And Jason said, it's not completely unprecedented in general, though. I know we're talking about Rockstar and looking at their track record, and maybe that is the right way to look at it. But to me, generally, the idea that they can't do a full-blooded marketing cycle in 10 months doesn't sound right. So they are optimistic that Rockstar could get this thing done even without talking for the game for pretty much an entire year. And Jason sort of gives an idea of how that could actually happen, even if we don't necessarily get a trailer this year, saying trailer 2 in February to April, trailer 3 and a hands-off preview in May and July, trailer 4/gameplay and a hands-on preview late August and September, review copies in October and release in late October and November, with smaller tidbits in between, saying this wouldn't be an unusual cycle for a AAA game. Again, not saying this is going to be how it'll go, but yeah, 6 months used to be the standard for this stuff. 10 to 11 months would be more than enough time. When a game's marketing kicks into gear, stuff happens quick. There's no big massive gaps between information anymore. It can be a month or two, or even a matter of days or weeks in some cases. In fact, that's exactly how it happened with Red Dead Redemption 2. We got the third trailer for that game on May 2nd, 2018, the gameplay trailer on August 9th, 2018, a second gameplay trailer on October 1st, 2018, and a launch trailer on October 18th, 2018, when the game ultimately came out. So yes, Rockstar is very much capable of doing multiple trailers within a couple of months. Now, jumping back to some more commentary, TesFunds2 responded to someone that said, I do think it's interesting that we have gotten no screenshots, though I think it's just a decision they've taken without any deep reasons. Likely, they just enjoy staying secret about it. And he said, could be held close to when the marketing cycle begins, drop the first set of screenshots, and after some time, drop more screenshots. And honestly, Rockstar did that with GTA 5. They dropped a set of like thematic screenshots. One of them was about like business, then leisure, then transport. I don't know if you guys were around back then or following the Rockstar game cycle, but that is something they of course could do this time around for Grand Theft Auto 6, which would be quite nice. And I know we've mentioned that earnings call quite a bit. Someone asked the same question. In the conference, Take-Two will be either reaffirming GTA 6's release window or raise some doubts about Rockstar being able to meet the deadline. Either way, should be good information on whether the game is on track for a fall release or going for spring 2026. With Jason saying, I don't expect them to raise doubts, it'll probably be either, number one, Take-Two will reiterate it's coming in fall 2025, or number two, Rockstar before or on the day of the call will confirm it's been delayed on their socials. I don't see Take-Two handling that for them in an earnings call at this point. And honestly, I expect the same thing. If we don't hear from Rockstar, I think it's going to be sort of the same status quo. Hey, the game's still coming in fall 2025. Or we will definitely hear from Rockstar before, with either hopefully good news or unfortunately bad news that it might be delayed. But anyways, now at least with Red Dead Redemption and Undead Nightmare on PC here, it kind of clears any of the bridges and hurdles that Rockstar might need to get over, and it can really seem just be full steam ahead for Grand Theft Auto 6. Yes, there might be a couple things here and there, like of course an online DLC in GTA Online in December or in the winter, and maybe a brief mention or two about the PC improvements coming to GTA 5. But really, I think now things can truly begin. Let me know what you think in those comments down below, though. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next video.